Alicia Davis claims family friends still owe her after she cared for their daughter for several days. Olivia and Ravi Patel say Miss Davis was in the wrong for letting her boyfriend stay over, so she broke their trust first.
Ms. Davis, you are suing Ravi and Olivia Patel for $1,000 that they had promised you to watch their child and then didn't pay you. Tell me how you know each other.
Your Honor, Olivia is best friends with my older sister, so we've actually known each other for a very long time.
Well, this has to be awkward. Have you spoken to the sister, or she wants to stay out of it?
She's trying to stay out of it, but, you know, a little bit here and there.
All right, so go on.
So I've known Sophie, their daughter, for her whole life. We get along really well. I've cared for her before when they want to go out on dates or just have alone time and not have a child around. So I'm trustworthy. They've known that for a long time, and I'm like an extension of the family at this point.
So you folks needed to make a trip to Alaska. Tell me why.
Yeah, so my mother was very sick. They had given her...
Sorry.
Thank you. They had given her roughly a week left to live, so we obviously had no choice. We had to go to Alaska. Our daughter, Sophie, she has a severe fear of flying. We've tried to take her on a flight before, and it's been chaos. So we knew we wouldn't be able to take her, and we couldn't drive to Alaska, and we did trust Alicia to watch our daughter before, and she's always been very trustworthy. But what she is failing to mention here is that she had her what we assume to be ex-boyfriend over at the same time.
Here comes the boyfriend twist. Alicia admits her boyfriend was staying over during the babysitting gig. Now here's where it gets dicey. She never asked permission. From a legal standpoint, this is a potential breach of an informal contract, especially since this wasn't just an overnight babysit, but a week-long parental replacement. Add to that the fact that the Patels had expressed concerns about the boyfriend in the past, and you've got a recipe for a serious trust issue. Would you let someone stay with your kid if you hated their partner?
Time with our daughter.
We're going to talk about that in a second. So you agree to do it, and everybody agrees that the agreed-upon price was $1,000, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
And it was going to be a one-week gig, and then whether at the one-week mark, Ravi was going to fly back. Correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you're taking care of her, and she's how old again? I'm sorry.
She's 8.
8. And so are you taking her to school? How is this? What is going on? Or is this during the summer?
No, I'm taking her to school. I take her to school, pick her up from school. We do homework together, just hang out, play, watch her TV shows that she likes. We just have a good time, and I'm caring for her like they would, but they're away, so now it's me.
Okay, but it's a job, and apparently you had your boyfriend there?
Yes. Because
How
she was
often
dropped
was your
off at
boyfriend
my
staying
house.
there?
Yes.
Okay, like who gave you permission to have your boyfriend at your job? In other words, you know, like a job is a job, and when you're there, you do your work, you know? So if you wanted to have a man staying there too, which I wouldn't, if I had my 8-year-old, I wouldn't want a man there, any man, I don't want any man. Much less a man I don't like, because apparently they don't like your boyfriend.
They do not.
Right, and
but a lot of other people don't have a problem with him, but they have always seemed to have problems
that's
with
a
him.
ringing endorsement. A lot of people don't have a problem with my boyfriend.
They've had this vendetta with him since they met him.
Do you know why?
They have a personal problem. I don't know why. He's a great guy.
Have they ever said to you why they don't like him?
They just say that they don't like him. They don't like the way he treats me, but they
Have
don't
you
know.
said why you don't like him?
Oh, we have multiple reasons to believe why he is a bad fit for her and anyone else in general,
Why?
Your Honor. He is very verbally abusive. He is rude. He does not know how to maintain himself in public. He definitely does not treat
Give me
Sophie
examples.
well.
Those are conclusions on your part. Give me examples of things he said or done.
He uses extremely foul language around Sophie, which to begin with was a big red flag for us.
They weren't even there.
Hold on one second. Go on.
Secondly, we have seen him mistreat Alicia in so many ways. He has been yelling at her. He's threatened her. He's threatened to hurt her.
Threatened her how?
He's just threatened to
Things
hurt her.
take a darker turn here. The Patels allege the boyfriend has threatened Alicia and is verbally abusive. That's no small accusation. From a legal perspective, this isn't about hurt feelings. It's about potential risk. And when that risk is near a child, the stakes skyrocket. If true, this could open Alicia to not only a civil breach but serious scrutiny over child welfare. But here's the kicker. They kept trusting her until they found out he was physically present. Should they have pulled out sooner?
Hurt her physically. He's never done anything physically.
No, don't gloss over that. How did he threaten to harm her physically? What language did he use?
I remember once they were having an argument. I don't really know about what, but it got so heated. It was 3 a.m. in the morning. We were over at her sister's place, and we just heard, "If you don't get out of my face right now, I'm gonna slap you." He used a lot of curse words, and that's just not something we want to be around.
And you had expressed to her that you did not like him.
We made it
But
very
aside from that, it's a man, and she's 8 years old, and I'm sorry. Like, what makes you think that you can just shack up with somebody when you're working? Like, that's the part, I guess.
It's my home. It's my house, and I don't have to run every aspect of my life and my relationship by them. And he's not what they're making him out. He's not this big
I don't really
villain.
care if he's the second coming of Jesus Christ. You know, I care that you had agreed to take care of a child, and then you brought another element in there that you had not really run by them, which you should run by them.
Coming up on Justice for the People.
As it turns out, you guys went back.
Yes.
But they didn't know that you guys went back. So they certainly had no reason to believe that the guy would be there, aside from just because it's a job and he shouldn't be there.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. This is Justice for the People with Judge Millian. We're back with a case of Alicia Davis, who brought Olivia and Ravi Patel to court for skipping out on babysitting fees.
They expect that only you are going to be taking, because that's the deal, is that you are going to be taking care of the child. They didn't expect that. And you also, like, the part that I guess bothers me is that it's not like this is an unknown entity. They have expressed to you that they don't like him.
Which I think is unreasonable.
And you guys had broken up. And they thought you were still broken up, but as it turns out, you guys went back.
Yes.
But they didn't know that you guys went back. So they certainly had no reason to believe that the guy would be there, aside from just because it's a job and he shouldn't be there. Aside from that, they also believed, because they know you very well, and they thought you'd broken up, and the guy wasn't around, and they told you that they didn't like him. And then all of a sudden, presto, he's there every day. And how does it go between him and Sophie?
Not great. Sophie was not being
Now we enter the kid versus adult battleground. Alicia paints Sophie as a terror, but Judge Milan isn't buying vague adjectives. She demands facts, which is crucial in court. Why? Because calling a child demanding or rude is subjective unless backed with examples. That's a great takeaway for anyone watching. In court, feelings don't matter unless they're backed with evidence. So here's a question. Do you think Alicia was overwhelmed by a child just being a child? Sound off in the comments.
A good kid. She really wasn't. She was being a terror. She was being incredibly rude and incredibly demanding and really
Hold
obnoxious.
on 1 second, folks. You weren't there.
And I don't know.
How so? That's another conclusion, and I want the facts.
If she was hungry when she should normally just ask me and tell me, she would just throw a fit.
How so? How did she throw a fit?
She would just yell, especially if he was there.
Yell and say
at
what?
him.
Yell and say what?
Like, feed me. Like, as if we hadn't been attending to her and I hadn't asked her what she needed. She'd just been yelling, like, feed me, or I'm hungry.
Please do not interrupt her.
I don't have anything to eat here, or I want McDonald's, or it's just something
Okay, but
unreasonable.
I'm pretty sure what she was about to say is it sounds like an 8-year-old, which it does, so.
Well, the severity of the fit sounds like a child, but 8 years old, she should have some semblance of boundaries. She was yelling at him. She was rude for no reason. I don't know if it was.
Stop. What was she yelling at him for?
He streams on websites, and he has his screen. Yeah, he games so they can see him, and people can see.
Pay on the website to watch him play a game.
Yes, it's his work.
Is this not a great country or what? You know, and it's not just this country; it's all over. All right, so he streams, and
that's his job.
Okay.
So he was streaming, he was gaming, he wasn't bothering anyone, and I don't know if it's
he has his own place though, right?
Yes.
But he was working at your place.
Yes.
Okay, so go on.
I don't know if it's because she wanted attention, because she's an only child and she's used to getting all the attention, but she just was getting in his face, like trying to take the controller and trying to be a part of it.
Okay,
I guess so. And then she ended up
breaking
breaking
to her.
To stop, give him his space. He was being really lenient and keeping his cool for a very long time, but at the end of the day, like, boundaries need to be set. And she's
So
a
what
child,
did he,
but
how did he
she's
set the
8.
boundary?
He told her that she needed to go and maybe play with toys or go watch her show and just leave him in his space.
And what did she say to that?
She just kept getting in his face. She said, no, or I don't want to, or you're not the boss of me, you're not my dad, and kept trying to take the controller, and she ended up breaking it.
She broke his controller?
Yes, she broke it.
Okay. So did you ever contact them and say, listen, I need you to talk to Sophie because this is happening and
No.
Did you ever contact them and say, Sophie's not getting along with my boyfriend, who I know you hate, and who is staying here with Sophie?
No.
Right.
I didn't want to cause them more stress because I knew they were already going through
No, I know a way
an
you
emotional
can cause,
situation.
right, and a way you can not cause them stress is to not have your boyfriend there and have him work from his own house and not be there around their 8-year-old without their permission. That's a way you can cause them no stress. When do you talk to Sophie and figure out what's what around here?
We had been speaking to her every single day to check in. We would call Alicia, say, hey, put Sophie on the phone. How's the day going? First day, it was pretty good. Second day, we could tell her voice was just a little off, but we chalked it up to she's probably tired, whatever, misses mom and dad. By day 3, we hear a man's voice in the background yelling, and we say, Sophie, whose voice is that?
This moment is a gut punch. The parents hear a man's voice on the phone, and it's not just any man. It's Peter, the boyfriend they thought was long gone. Alicia doesn't deny it. She deflects. And from that second on, she loses the parents' trust. This isn't about a mistake anymore. It's about concealment. Legally, this could be framed as misrepresentation, especially since her silence kept them from making an informed decision. Would you forgive Alicia for this? Or is this betrayal too big?
That. And she says, oh, it's some guy named Peter. And we knew exactly who that was. We were under the impression that they had been broken up for over a year.
So did you pick up the phone and call Alicia and say, what's what?
Yeah, I said, put Alicia on the phone right now. And yeah, I was stern. That's my daughter, and I care about her
So what'd you say
safety.
to Alicia?
I said, why would Peter ever be there? Is Peter actually at your house? And she confirmed he was. And so I said, okay, this is not okay with me. This is not okay with us. I'm going to do whatever I can to find someone who can watch him for the meantime.
And what did Alicia say to you then?
She said that was ridiculous, and I can make Peter leave or whatever she was trying to do. At this point, I don't trust you anymore. I don't trust that you have my daughter's best interest at heart. When you could have told me in the first place. I would have never ever agreed to having her watch my daughter if I knew that Peter was going to be there in the first place. That never would have happened.
In fairness, I asked her if she ever told you that Peter was there. Did you ever say, whatever you do, I don't want Peter there?
Well, we were under the impression that they had been broken up. There would have been no reason.
You didn't bring it up. She didn't bring it up.
No, but
she's the one who knows they went back together. You don't know that.
She knew how we felt. Severe disdain. We've made that abundantly clear.
Did you find somebody else to take your daughter?
So I was able to reach out to my friend Gina. She couldn't watch her for the full time because of her work schedule. So I texted her she could take her just for the day, while Ravi had to get a new flight and change all of.
Did the two of you come back?
Coming up.
You feel that they're being ridiculous.
Yes, overreacting, helicopter parents. They didn't have to
But
come
is
back.
it okay?
They
Are
weren't
you a
forced to come
parent?
back.
Are you a parent?
I'm not.
Okay, I also did all of my best parenting before I actually had children.
This is Justice for the People with Judge Millian. We're back with a case of Alicia Davis, who brought Olivia and Ravi Patel to court for skipping out on babysitting fees.
Okay, but you stayed, right?
No, I stayed because my mother was still on her deathbed.
Okay, all right. Did your mother pass?
She has since passed.
I'm
yes.
sorry, honey. All right, so now, so they feel that you breached the contract by bringing a man in. You feel that they're being ridiculous and...
Yes, overreacting, helicopter parents. They didn't have to
But
come
is
back.
it
They
okay?
weren't
Are you a
forced to come
parent?
back.
Are you a parent?
I'm not.
Alicia pulls the helicopter parent card, and the judge demolishes it. Parenting isn't one size fits all, but not wanting a disliked man around your child? That's not paranoia. That's parenting. This is an important reminder. When someone hires you to watch their child, you're not just clocking in. You're entrusted with that child's safety and emotional well-being. The judge puts it plainly. Your house, your rules doesn't apply when someone else's kid is in your care.
I'm not.
Okay, I also did all of my best parenting before I actually had children. And here's the thing. No, and I agree with you that a lot of us, because I think I tried to fight the tide of helicopter parenting, but I lost most of the time. In fact, I still lose now. When they have a problem, I just can't wait to be needed, and I try to solve it, and I have to catch myself and realize that they're in their 20s, and they should be solving their own problems, and so I sit back and say, that's not how I would have solved it, but that's what parenting is. It is not helicopter parenting to not want a man they don't like around their 8-year-old. It's just not. Okay, they hired you to do a job, and if your job was going to include a man living there and having contact with their daughter, the onus was on you to let them know that. It really was. Okay, now I understand that you called it quits and that you decided to come back early and that is super inconvenient and everything else. Why say you that she doesn't get paid a penny for the days that she did take care of your daughter and you didn't have to find somebody else to take care of her?
Coming up.
And he was just being extremely rude and scary towards her, and we feel like she's been scarred. We're terrified of even bringing her around Alicia now.
Well, don't bring her around.
Definitely not.
This is Justice for the People with Judge Millian. We're back with a case of Alicia Davis, who brought Olivia and Ravi Patel to court for skipping out on babysitting fees.
She felt tormented by Peter. She told us that he screamed at her for breaking a plate, and he was just being extremely rude and scary towards her, and we feel like she's been scarred. We're terrified of even bringing her around Alicia now.
Well, don't bring her
We're
around.
terrified of bringing her around Alicia now. That line stings. Whether or not you believe the Patels are overreacting, this statement speaks to lasting emotional damage. It's no longer about unpaid fees, it's about trauma. And when kids are involved, perception becomes reality. The fear may be subjective, but it still influences relationships moving forward. This is a reminder. Once trust is broken in childcare, it's almost impossible to rebuild. Do you think Alicia deserves another chance with this family?
Well, don't bring her around Alicia.
Definitely not.
Your Honor, like when you say you're terrified of bringing her around Alicia, are your families so close that that'll happen anyway?
Well, we're still
And that's
friends
what
with her
creates
sister,
a problem
so-
now with my best friend. Now it's awkward since there's this issue with her sister, but
It wouldn't.
Yeah,
Your
but I
Honor,
mean, can't you avoid the issue?
Oh, we definitely plan to avoid in every way possible.
if you had paid me, then it wouldn't be as big an issue. If
you
they
were
had paid me,
negligent at the
We're
end
not
of the day.
gonna
Okay,
pay
hold on.
you
Stop
for-
talking to each other. The time for that has passed.
there wouldn't be so much awkwardness, Your Honor, had they paid me. Because I did. The fact of the matter is,
Why
they were
didn't
going
you
to pay
offer
me,
to
and I
pay her
watched
a reduced amount? Like, okay, so it's X amount for the number of days, and if you feel that it was deficient, then a reduced amount. Because the bottom line is you did get childcare for how many days? 4 days out of the 7.
Yes.
So, and I get it that you ended up, did you change your flight?
Yes, and it costs an additional close to $400.
Yeah, we had to pay this extra money. Plus, we were not aware of the situation going on. We felt it was very negligent. You should get paid for doing the job. She didn't do the job that we were going to pay her for.
And we were under completely false notions of safety.
I mean, I can't get past that. When you say I don't have to adjust my life, no, but you have to inform them.
Absolutely.
I mean, there's a man in the house where their 8-year-old is. I'm sorry. That is not helicopter parenting. And they have no reason to believe that you've gone back with them because you haven't told them. And you had broken up with her. So they're thinking it's just you and Sophie. And they're thinking this is great. Sophie likes her. She's babysat for her before. It'll be okay.
Judge Millian's verdict when Justice for the People returns. This is Justice for the People with Judge Millian.
Look, the bottom line is, Ms. Davis, I think you breached by having a man there sleeping in the same place as their daughter without informing them that would happen in your workplace. It is essentially a workplace for that week.
And here it is, the verdict. Alicia doesn't walk away empty-handed, but she doesn't get the full $1,000 either. Judge Milan awards her $400, payment for the days worked minus the breach. This is fair, balanced, and very real world. Courts rarely do all-or-nothing judgments when the facts are messy. It's a lesson in accountability and compromise, and a reminder that in court you don't always get what you want. just what's fair.
Week. I believe that you should have told them and let them decide whether they still wanted to leave the child there or wanted to make a different arrangement. If you had told them, I think you know that they would have made a different arrangement because you know they didn't like him.
Well,
and
Your
I think
Honor,
that that's the reason why you didn't tell them, because you knew they would have made a different arrangement. And I don't think that's fair. I also don't think it's fair that she not get paid a penny. Because you did have childcare, even if it wasn't the one you bargained for, you still did have childcare. I'm going to order you to pay her $400 verdict for the plaintiff, because it was what it would be by the day would be $572. I'm arbitrarily deciding what the breach, ended up discounting it for you. This is what happens when folks don't resolve things before they come to a judge. I'm the one who decides what it's worth, and then you don't like it and you don't like it. That's usually how it works. But that's what I'm doing. $400, verdict for the plaintiff. That is my verdict. Good luck, folks.
All rise.
Judge Milian has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The co-defendants owe $400.
What a ride. This case gave us everything. Trust issues, unexpected guests, and a parenting panic that cost nearly $600 and a family friendship. Judge Milan ruled fairly, $400 to Alicia, acknowledging the work done while highlighting a serious breach of trust. The big takeaway? If you're watching someone's child, transparency is non-negotiable. And if you're hiring a sitter, make your expectations crystal clear. If you found this case as shocking as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more jaw-dropping courtroom breakdowns. More drama, more verdicts, more justice coming your way.